Thank you for joining us for our Frontline Flyover coverage live. We are partnering with the Bandit flight team to salute our healthcare heroes.
Now check this out. Video from about 45 minutes ago as the Bandits took off to start their flight over Mecklenburg County. They're going to be over Atrium Health Pineville any minute now and will fly over 7 other hospitals in Mecklenburg County tonight.
And we've got it covered from all angles for you. Chopper 9 Sky Zoom up in the air to give you a view from the skies on the way to meet up with them and show you the scene from a distance of the Bandit flyover. We also have crews on the ground as well over at Novant Mint Hill and also at Atrium CMC in Dilworth, so we can capture all the angles, as well at Atrium Health Pineville. And healthcare leaders, health officials, healthcare workers will be stepping outside to watch this tribute, especially to them. There they are. They are in formation, and many of these pilots have over 30 years of experience. Many of them retired from the Air Force, and they are doing this tribute for us tonight.
An incredible shot here, as these are Vans Aviation RV aircraft. As I was discussing with Andy earlier before he took off, these actually are assembled by the pilots. These are like kit airplanes. And a beautiful sight here, as you can see all 5 of them lined up. You can see the smoke. I'm not sure if we can get the audio just yet, but incredible sight there as they're flying there in formation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. There are 6 there.
Yes, they've done this previously in military ceremonies and for other tributes, but this one, a special one for healthcare workers across Mecklenburg County, flying over the Atrium Health locations across our communities. And many of the healthcare workers said that they were going to come out at the top of the parking garages, as you see now, and they are looking up. So let's check in now. We have our Greg Suskin. He's standing by with many of them now. Greg?
Yeah, we heard quite the cheer go up as those planes flew over just a few seconds ago. It's really amazing how close we came to not having this event today with the rain that's continuing even now. You can see there's still a large group here behind me here, folks with Atrium Health that came out here on the top of this parking deck to watch this event, all carrying their umbrellas. And as I mentioned, they cheered as they saw the planes fly over and release that smoke just a few minutes ago. We also talked to Missy McVeigh, who works here at the hospital. She is with the Air National Guard herself, but is also the head of the Cardiopulmonary Respiratory Center here. Here's what she told me about what this event, just watching this, means to her.
It's fantastic. We all come in here every day to serve the community, and to have that type of response back from the community, we're getting, these guys coming to do the flyover, they're spending a lot of time, energy, and money, and all I can say is that we're honored to have it, because then we know the community is behind us.
And you can really tell that everybody out here feels that way. These folks that are out here on the front line say it really feels more like family to them. I asked them, how difficult is this to go into work every day dealing with COVID-19, dealing with these patients and just all the restrictions on them? They said, we don't think about it that way. We think about it like family. So for them, it's great to be honored in this way with the flyover like this. Back to you.
All right, Greg, thank you so much. So the Bandits are now headed toward Atrium CMC in Dilworth. This map shows their flight path today. They'll also fly over Presbyterian, Mint Hill, University, Huntersville, and over Lake Norman as well, heading back toward Raleigh.
Yes, and so the weather kind of cleared up just in time, because if you were watching Channel 9 and listening to us, you heard the tornado warnings and the alerts earlier, and now clearing up just in time for this flyover. Want to quickly check in with our meteorologist, Tony Sadiku. It was pretty busy in the skies before this.
Yeah, Erica, definitely a close call. And of course, we had to reschedule this from earlier this week with just copious amounts of rain we had to deal with. But thankfully, we were able to squeeze this right in with clearing conditions. That's what we're seeing as we check in right now. The live look over Uptown. Here's live early warning Doppler radar, where you can see, despite the heaviest of the showers pushing on towards our east, we're starting to clear out in the Mecklenburg County area. And that's the important thing here as this flyover happens. Erica.
Okay. Tony,
Thanks so much, Tony. Here again, we see them as they're heading toward Dilworth right now, and they're releasing that smoke there, Erica, flying in formation. A short trip in an airplane. These Vans Aviation RV aircraft releasing that smoke, honoring those frontline workers And shots here you can see on the left from Chopper 9 Sky Zoom, kind of at like eye level with those pilots are just above. And there's the shot from the ground going over our camera right there on the ground in Dilworth.
Just amazing. We talked earlier to some of the lead pilots, Jim Kilpatrick and lead pilot Bob Engel, and they said that when that smoke comes out, that is the message that's saying thank you. That is that signal to let those healthcare workers on the ground who are looking up to the skies know we appreciate you. And it has been a couple of months since the announcement of COVID-19, and they have been working hard. And everything that we can do to show them how much they're appreciated is well worth it. And this is a fitting tribute.
Incredible shots there as you can see the remnants of that storm. They're banking left and now heading to the next location. But before we leave here, we want to go to our Tina Terry, who's on the ground. Tina?
That a lot of the pilots up there, they are actually veterans. Some of them flew in the Air Force. They know what it means to sacrifice for others. And one reason why they wanted to salute our healthcare workers who have spent the past 2 months on the front line of this pandemic. They really know what it means to sacrifice. So that is why this was so important for them to do. Really touching to see, guys. Back to you.
All right, Tina, thanks so much. A great shot here, Erica, because you can really see as they bank there to the left, the different patterns and colors on these planes as they're now making their way toward Novant Presbyterian. Again, Chopper 9 pilot Andy Holt up there. He's been in communication with these pilots this week talking about this flyover and just a majestic sight. And the skill that it takes to keep that formation for about 15 minutes is really incredible.
Look at that precision, just how close they are to each other, just within, feet of each other. And then they're picking up and lowering speeds and then maintaining that formation, like you said. So these are pilots who have, in many cases, built these aircraft themselves, assembled them. Right now, they are going over Novant Health, and they are in a straight line formation now after just coming off that bank and going in, so these healthcare workers can see how much they're appreciated. And the skies, like we said, just cleared up just in time for this tribute to take place.
Again, right now flying over Presbyterian Hospital. Absolutely gorgeous sight here from Chopper 9 Sky Zoom as we zoom in with that great telephoto lens. And you can see the different colors and the patterns, and the pilots in constant communication. They had their flight path all planned out, as we talked about veteran pilots, people who they stopped the smoke, Erica, have wanted to do this to honor people. They do it like on Memorial Day, things like that. They've flown over Charlotte Motor Speedway as well before races like the Coca-Cola 600 that we have coming up. This is something that they take great pride in honor of doing. And of course, the reason why all of this to say thank you to all of our healthcare heroes.
That's right, absolutely. The bandits are making their way to Mint Hill right now, but they aren't the only ones showing their appreciation. Some of our most well-known athletes also wanted to say thank you to everyone who's working on the front lines.
I want to give thanks to our medical field, our nurses, our doctors.
Just want to make a huge shout out to our healthcare workers.
I want to say thank you to all the frontline healthcare responders.
Thank you to all the nurses, doctors, and frontline workers at our hospitals and all around the world.
I just want to give a big thank you for all that you do during these difficult times.
We appreciate you, and we want to take a moment to honor you and say thank you.
So thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Greg Olson. I just wanted to take a quick second to recognize all the healthcare workers that have sacrificed so much to keep us all safe during these unprecedented times. Thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts for protecting our families and our friends, and we hope you continue to stay safe and be well.
I would truly like to thank the frontliners, everybody that's going out, to the essential job, to make sure that everyone continues to function. We pray for you. Our hearts goes out to you. You are our saviors as well as we go through this. So continue to keep looking after those that you need to look after, and we will continue to pray for you.
I just want to thank you to our frontline responders. I have a first line responder across the street from me, and so to be able to see her come and go and what she has to sacrifice for her family. So I just want to thank you guys and for what you do.
Just wanted to say a big thank you to all our healthcare workers, our doctors, our nurses, all the staff working hard to keep us safe.
I just want to say thank you to all the nurses, doctors, and frontline workers at our hospitals. The world has asked us to sacrifice our time, and you guys have sacrificed your lives. We would be lost without you.
I just want to say a big thank you to the frontline workers and all that you're doing to keep us safe. Go Niners.
Anyone out there who's putting their life on the line, we really appreciate you guys from the bottom of our hearts.
Thanks again so much.
Thank you, stay safe, and keep pounding.
Keep pounding.
I love that message.
So a bunch of familiar faces also chiming in to say thank you and bringing even more weight to this tribute that we're having with the Bandit flight team. They are flying over our area right now, making flyovers across several of the area's community hospitals with Novant and Atrium. And the Bandit flight team's history is a long one. They started back in 2009, and they had pilots flying in formation with Yak 52s and CJ6s rather at Sanford, North Carolina Airport. And then in 2010, that's when the RV pilots group joined them, and they started this flying in formation. So over a decade of doing this, and then doing this specially today for our healthcare heroes.
And one claim to fame they have, Erica, sorry, is a Tar Heel, but they flew over an NC State game. Which was one of the things they have on there. In 2012, though, is when they became the flight team, the Bandit flight team, and just a fun group of guys to talk to. Andy's been kind of in heaven being able to talk to them about pilot stuff.
Yeah.
They, again, flew over that NC State football game in 2012, and they've been all over. Charlotte Motor Speedway, Martinsville, Richmond Raceway, Dover Speedway, and of course, this is not the first flyover that we've had here in Charlotte, but we want to go to these live pictures here as some of these workers in Mint Hill are now coming outside here to get ready for the flyover coming up in about 3 minutes is when the Bandits should be overhead. You can see it stopped raining. The sun isn't exactly out, but we're just thankful after having to delay this a couple of times because of the weather this week that finally here at the end of the week on a Friday we can honor these healthcare workers.
Yes, Mother Nature cooperating at the moment, and you see those healthcare workers coming outside with their masks on, taking a brief break to look up to take in this tribute. And we were talking to you about the experience of these pilots. Many of them have been in the Air Force. They've flown commercial pilots for a long time, and now they are doing this, dedicating their time to giving back to military ceremonies, and this one a very unique opportunity to honor those in the medical field.
Oh, we have our Elsa Gillis out there, and I would like to hear if we can. I'm not sure how much they can hear down there on the ground. It's not like those fighter jets flying overhead, but I'd love to hear as they actually come over. Elsa, if you're out there, if you can hear us, I think you're about a minute or so away. The camera, if it wants, can.
Actually, we can see
You
them
got
coming,
them. Okay,
Scott,
great.
There they are on the approach.
Here we come. You see them?
We can see them, and I'm interested to hear them, and maybe we'll just listen to them fly over.
There's the smoke that is the signal that says thank you. And they release that at the precise moment as they're going over each location so that those healthcare workers know this is community.
All right, great stuff as we switch back to this shot there from Chopper 9 Sky Zoom. Elsa, you saw those workers kind of coming out there. Just tell us what kind of vibe you're getting out there as people, the frontline workers, are being honored.
You know, Scott, well, you hear that? People are starting to clap. It's really exciting out here. That was really special to see. The healthcare workers, they are waving at the people here in the parking lot as they go back into the building. They took a very, very quick break to come witness that. A lot of love here. You know, the rain cleared, people filled the parking lot, and they are waving and they are cheering, showing their support, their love, and their thanks for the people, the men and the women inside the building here at Novant Mint Hill.
All right, Elsa, thank you so much. The Bandits are headed to Atrium University right now. Chopper 9 will keep following along with them. Now, as we salute our healthcare workers, it's not just those working in hospitals. There are so many others, including our paramedics.
Yes, today wraps up EMS Appreciation Week. And as Gina Esposito shows us, this year's celebration is a little different than usual.
Last year, this back parking lot was packed with food trucks and games for medic employees and their families. This year, EMS Appreciation Week will look a lot different. From tasty treats to face painting, EMS Appreciation Week is something medic employees look forward to each year.
A lot of times we don't get the chance to actually sit down and have a meal with a coworker that we haven't seen in a while, or a coworker that's in a different department, and we're able to sit down and just, catch up.
Medic Supervisor Don Chu says social distancing rules won't allow a huge celebration this week, even though their crews need it now more than ever.
This is a very challenging job. It's even more challenging now with the pandemic that we're facing.
4 weeks, field crews have been on the front lines of this pandemic. 3 of their own tested positive for the virus, and as of May 11th, crews have transported around 200 COVID-19 patients. One of them transported by paramedic Casey Jordan, who posted this picture last month showing marks left on her face from an N95 mask.
Thank you, EMS!
This week, to let Jordan and others know you appreciate them,
You're heroes!
Medic is asking you to do one thing. Make a video like these and post it with hashtag #MedicStrong.
Yes, we appreciate your hard work.
Thank you, healthcare workers, for all that you do. Stay safe.
On behalf of our city and every resident of Mecklenburg County, I want to say thank you to the EMTs. You are our heroes. Medic Strong, yeah.
Shu says each video will make a difference.
Our folks very much appreciate the recognition that they get during this week, and the recognition that we've been getting so much over the last month while this pandemic has been going on has really helped to lift their spirits. And I think a lot of what's going to be going on this week is going to continue to show that.
In addition to the videos with hashtag #MedicStrong, Medic as well as other frontline organizations are providing meals to employees this week. Back to you.
So again, we are back now live to this Bandit Flyover tribute, and they are in formation, putting out that smoke, the signal to EMS workers, paramedics, those who work in our nursing homes, medical professionals at our hospitals, to say thank you for all of their hard work on the front lines, protecting all of us and our families.
They're headed now toward Atrium University location, and as we look at this shot there, Erica, you can see the remnants of that storm that came through, and for our healthcare workers, perhaps coronavirus was like a terrible thunderstorm, and we're starting to get to that side of the storm where the clouds start to break, a little sunshine peeking through. We're starting to open up in North Carolina, hitting phase 2. So in a way, that's kind of like a symbol for what we're going through. Clear skies are ahead, and here the Bandits are showing our support for those who are getting us through until we reach that time.
Yes, they're going to Novant Huntersville next, then Lake Norman Regional Medical Center as well. And this has been a team effort, and we thank all of you. And thank you for joining us for the Frontline Flyover, saluting our healthcare heroes.
Of course, we thank you, the Bandit flight team as well.